Everybody is chasing the filmic look, even for social media and short-term content these days. But what does it actually take to achieve that creamy cinematic look? I used to spend years trying to recreate that filmic look with lots of PowerGrades and other small tricks, but until you understand the principles behind it, you're never really going to achieve that desired look. In today's video, I'm going to show you my personal approach how to achieve this look, including the secret sauce that really brings it all together. But before we dive into the grade, I break down the key elements that actually make the footage feel filmic. Film has a very specific way of handling contrast. It's not just about the controlled blacks and highlights, but about how tones transitions. Soft highlights, roll-offs, rich shadows, and subtle color separation all help create depth and emotion. Getting this right is essential for cinematic feel. You can achieve a very pleasing look with color contrast, like orange and teal or purple and blue. Cinematic lighting is all about intentionality, shaping the scene with shadows, softness, and motivated light sources. Whether it's natural light or practicals, great lighting adds dimension, drama, and mood, elevating the scene beyond just good exposure. After developing, the motion picture film is printed onto a physical print stock like Kodak 2383, which gives it a final color density, contrast, and a cinematic polish. Dehancer stimulates that final step, and that's a huge part achieving that creamy look. Okay, let's jump into Davinci Resolve. We are here in Davinci Resolve's Color tab, and first let me show you my project settings, which you can find in the bottom right corner. If you go to the Color Management tab, you can see that I'm working in a color managed workflow, where I choose Davinci YRGB and Davinci Gamut Intermediate as our input, and Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 as our output color space. I'm using these settings as my monitor is calibrated to that gamma curve, and I'm delivering most of the videos to social media. Here is my node tree, which is very simple but still effective. I start with the color space transform node, where I transform the camera color space to Davinci Gamut Intermediate. As this footage is shot in S-Log3 and S-Gamut3 Cine, I choose this one. To convert our color space to Rec 709, I add another node to the end of our node tree, and I choose the Davinci Gamut as our input color space and Rec 709 Gamma 2.4 as our output settings. Then I continue with two primary nodes, which are the exposure and the balance nodes. With these two nodes, I set the exposure and color corrections to the creative look with a solid base. After these nodes, I make two parallel Dehancer nodes for a better control. I always start with disabling all the tools and set the quality to high. Then on the top of the page, I set the correct source color space, which is Davinci Gamut. The next step is to choose our film negative. As you can see, there are many options, but for now, let's stick with the Kodak Vision 3 250D. As you can see, the effect on this film negative is quite strong, so I usually go down to the output settings to adjust the global impact of around 30%. Much better. Let's go back and see what film print options we have. I like the look of the Kodak 2383, so I choose this one. Here is a before and after. After this, I make another Dehancer parallel node, where I start again from clean slate. I use this node for grain and bloom. Dehancer's grain feature is unique, because it's not just adding grain over our image, but building the image from scratch, so we will get a more realistic look. After these two nodes, I like to add another film look creator node, where I can add halation. Sometimes I use Dehancer for halation, but there are times when I like the film look creator's halation more. So here is our final polished look made with the Dehancer plugin. Let's see the before and after. Alright guys, so now you know my workflow in Davinci Resolve with the Dehancer plugin. If you want to try this, I leave a link down below, because this plugin was a game changer for my workflow. If this video was helpful to you, feel free to like, subscribe, or just drop a comment. I like to chat with other like-minded people in the same industry with tactical stuff, plugins and filmmaking things. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.